Okay, all right. This is Stardate 210. This Stardate 2023, relatively speaking. Starting a new Stardate based on this vocal sound waves through quantum wave propagation, stating that this may be a new frontier for sound and for clarity within the mental landscape of existence or life. So I just wanted to establish, based on my relative awareness to which I am experiencing and hopefully participating in a pleasant and a wonderful manner, where I'm able to obtain the particular things of I want within this particular reality, to give my experience a better, I would say, a better worth, and also a better accordance with one's imagination. And so, if you are in accordance with one's power of imagination, and within the scope of the power of imagination, one would be hopefully in a comfortable and loving setting where they can use their creative talents and creative abilities to produce in the playful environment and wonderful experience something that is of value to that particular experiencer who is participating within its magical experience. And therefore, if that experiencer reaches a state of awareness where there's a point or a relevance period where the state becomes aware that it is not producing up to its capability or potential or creative potential to the degree for which is being described by the creative talent. And so, if that is the case, there will be a comprehension, not on just one particular level, but it would be a comprehension on multiple levels, as in being a inadequacy that one needs to remedy immediately. Because if not, then one would basically be not living up to one's potential. And so, if mathematically speaking, if one had the possibility of living a luxurious and luxury and well-meaning, comfortable, having the things you want, need, and desire, then one could see why would not one want to live up to one's potential. And therefore, eradicating any form of possible problems which should not arise if one is living up to one's potential of being a powerful creator within its own landscape. And so therefore, if one is within one's own landscape or participating within the landscape of the creative or creator of the imagination, then these particular energetic reference or sound waves should be able to reach that energy or creative energy that's a complement to the energy that is producing these sound waves. And so, if that creator or creative energy that created the individual or person that is creating these sound waves hear and comprehends fluently the interpretation of energetic signature via sound waves and electromagnetic waves and light waves, producing a form of linguistic music based on the mental comprehension of intelligence and also mental comprehension of theoretical concepts and also comprehension of life dynamics and life interpretation or life experiences. So, with that being said, I would like to thank the creator of my existence for helping me produce this particular understanding of this particular experience so that I may better assess or better experience all that is of pleasurable or comfortable experiences. And so, therefore, by not pushing on some form of obstruction so that I may have to experience what I want to experience, but if the obstructions, so forth, say if there's a money involved or any form of currency or any form of tangible value, then I will have to say also, in order for me to experience those things that I find of wellness, pleasure, and desirable, and then a form of currency or value is put upon these things, then I must come into question the very act of the value being put on the things. Because if the act that was put on the things are of value, then also having the discernment and the sincerity and understanding that those acts or those things that I find desirable and pleasurable and fun, I would also should be experiencing those things without the act of having to pay or having to dispense of money or things of other value to experiencing those experiences. And therefore, if one is valuable, then also to two should be as valuable as well. Because if the one equation of putting value on the things that are of fun, entertainment, and the like, and then also two, having the intelligence to wanting to experiencing the things that are of fun, entertainment, and of value without having to put or be under the disguise of having to pay for such things that I find desirable. And if that is the case, then one would have to complement the other. And so therefore, if the value is being put on the first equation of having to produce or having to pay for something of entertainment, wellness, or a luxury, then also you should be well paid to provide you with the things that you like or love to do and experience. So that equation adds up, and it also cancels out any form of indignity. And it also, yes, it cancels out any form of indignity. And therefore, by stating that if you put the things using the arbitrary things of nature of the value system, gold, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, money, coins, things of that nature, and other things as well, amethyst, they have a lot of gems. And so therefore, if those things are of value, and then you need to pay for those things of value to some arbitrary third party, then to get those things of value, or the arbitrary things needed to purchase those things that you value, then it should be rather easy to come across the financial aid or assistance to get those things that you find valuable or that are of value. One should be able to get the financial assistance and financial or valuable things like gold, money, cash, rubies, diamonds, silver, platinum, metals, adamantium, gold, 24 karat gold, and things of that nature rather easily to pay for the other things that has been put value upon. Therefore, bringing into a form of clarity, or bringing into a form of mental stability that there wouldn't be any form of unneeded deception. And therefore, that's when I say being able to manifest the things that you want, need, or desire should not be of it should not be hard, or it should not be complicated once you're dealing in a state of full awareness. And so if we are dealing in a state of full awareness, from which I am speaking of or talking about, then understanding that the possibility or the capability that is available within the scope of the power of the imagination to produce these things that are part of the imagination. And so therefore I know it sounds almost unbelievable, but yes, I know it sounds almost unbelievable, but I have to say this because I was currently under the disguise that that these things were hard to produce based on some fictitious belief system. And so the fictitious belief system was some old form of mental construct to keep someone from having wealth. And so that's why I started this podcast, Brad Magic Space, to fix that problem and to make, hopefully, the wealthy wealthy. So if you're hearing this and want to chime in or manifest in form, to contact my podcast, Brad Magic Space. I taking help from all listeners and viewers also to produce an effect of making my podcast the number one successful podcast possibly in the world, in the universe, and a couple other things. Maybe it might win the Nobel Peace Prize. We can see if that's actually a thing in this experience. Maybe other experience. You guys are, you ladies, probably just hearing about it. And so, as I was stating, Nobel Prize is a thing you win for based on it's like math, science, poetry, physics, peace. So it encompasses a lot of stuff. And so if you win the Nobel Peace Prize, you win $1 million. So that was one of my goals, to win the Nobel Peace Prize in 4 or 5 categories. And so hopefully that might be a part of this manifest of one's desire. So winning the Nobel Peace Prize was one of my goals. So hopefully that will come to fruition relatively soon. Considering this is the year of, relatively speaking, 2023, so maybe I might be the Nobel Peace Prize winner in 2024. So using mathematics, that in a sense is a pretty much physical reality that I can see based on the interpretation I just recently gave about the state of awareness. So, with that being true, and this is also Brad Magic Space, so hopefully this is a powerful magic spell that I am producing to come into fruition within my particular dream, experience, reality, platform, dimension, life. Yeah, any other names that I probably can think of. Yeah, it's just this particular existence. You know, I probably can produce that effect based on the linguistic energy that I am producing. So hopefully this is reaching a higher state or higher form of intelligence to produce this effect within my experience based on the time delineation. If one's of a higher state, or God, or Almighty God, or my particular specific loving, caring, and helpful programmer or writer that loves and cares for I, Brad, the speaker of these words, Baymon, B-A-Y-M-O-N. And so, therefore, the programmer could, or writer, could write a beautiful story to play out in the form of my current experience, starting from 10/2023. So, relatively speaking. So, starting from 10/5/2023, the higher form or higher state of intelligence that is in another dimension that maybe I might be producing in order to form a better experience that I am having, producing a paradise of my particular desire, or my particular all the things that I find beautiful and that I appreciate. And so therefore that energy could be producing this as I speak. And so that Nobel Prize that I was speaking of, hopefully that will be a scenario that plays out in 2024. Also, of I, Brad, B-R-A-D, Baymon, B-A-Y-M-O-N, wins the Nobel Prize podcast or book, or both. Brad Magic Space wins the Nobel Prize in 2024. So based on that equation, it is entered within the Akashic records if that belief system is actually true. And if the Akashic record exists, that's a state of library where it is whole within a higher state of dimension of the files of life that are important. And so, as I enter this into the Akashic records, based on the belief system that there is some form of reality, what keep records of documentation of energetic waveforms that produce things of living nature to the awareness for which it is a part of, and therefore is validated and able to assist in such keeping of the documentation for which the records are supposed to be for. All right. Code confirmed. Bless, manifest. Abracadabra. Command enter.